Audio Jungle.
Cut out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. Good golly, what's going on? Well, as I travel through the night to the next destination, I have to ask the question, well, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Right? The question we all ask is, as American patriots, as preppers, as real Americans, I know that just loves to get under the skin of these Democrat scumbags, because they know they're not real Americans. But we all ask the question, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Like an annoying child, are we there yet? Shit, it's the fan. Well, it has. Mad Max, is it coming? I think so. Are we there yet? I want to start with this article that I ran into. It has to do with America. It has to do with Americans. It has to do with the law. It has to do with lawyers. It has to do with self-defense. It has to do with your rights. It has to do with everything. It's all rolled into one neat little bundle. Let's get into it. Down in the country of Panama. Panama is a very small country down in Central America. Small indeed. A lot of Americans live there. Older, retired Americans, expatriates, meaning they've tossed their American citizenship aside and said, fuck it. Down there, they get their Social Security checks. They live pretty well because the cost of living is low. American dollars highly sought after down there, so it goes a long way. You know, the typical story. Americans bust their ass their whole lives. Government makes promises. Promises suck. Yada, yada, yada. We're in that room now. So, lots of Americans down there. It's Panama. So it's kind of an Americanized country in certain areas. Well, this retired, elderly American lawyer. He's a lawyer. He's old, he's retired. But he knows the law. He knows American rights. He should know basically the law down there as well. Well, he's tootling along, and a bunch of climate protesters, not in London, folks, not in Paris, not in Washington, D.C., not in San Francisco, not in Frankfurt, not in Moscow. In Panama, fucking climate protesters blocking the road. Well, this American expatriate, retired gentleman who's also an attorney, a lawyer, he knows the law, he decides he's had enough of their shit. So he pulls out his gun and busts a cap in their asses, kills two of them. Now, they're dead. They got what they wanted, lots of international attention to save the climate by pissing off people. Way to go, leftists. You've finally done it. You've triggered old retired lawyers in Panama to use deadly force to get you the fuck out of his way. Now, what was his problem? I don't know. I don't know if he was missing the early bird special down at the Panama Grill where they had some El Pollo Loco on sale. I don't know if he was supposed to get to his doctor and get his monthly shot of whatever medication he was on. I don't know. But as a retiree, you're supposed to be relaxed, calm, enjoying your golden years. Then you better have some fucking gold if you're going to make it into those golden years. Anyways, you're supposed to be calm. He was so irritated, so pissed off, but he let them have it. Literally. Now, did he get out and ask them to move out of the way and don't block him? Well, was his wife in the middle of an emergency and he was driving her to the hospital and they wouldn't get out of the way? In other words, did he feel it was legitimate to just bust a cap on their ass? Or was he teaching them a lesson? Any way you look at it, folks, lesson learned. Environmentalists are learning that people have had enough of their shit. Environmentalists have learned that people are going to shoot them in any country. Folks, guns are not allowed in Panama. They're not allowed civilians willy-nilly like America to have guns. So, and by the way, foreigners, a lot of foreigners are under the impression that America is the Wild West, that there are shootouts everywhere all the time. They believe that. They think this place is like, I guess, I don't fucking know what they think. I just talked to someone yesterday. Now, are we there yet? So, we, you and I, patriotic Americans, are nonviolent. We're very friendly people. We just want our rights respected. We want our property respected. We want to be left alone, yada, yada. That's what we want. Okay, so here we are. And now Americans are losing their shit. Germans are losing their shit. Retired Panamanian Americans are losing their shit. Remember the German woman that walked out and grabbed the environmentalist bitch by her hair and drug her out of the fucking street by it? Yeah, people have had enough of these fucking lunatics, whether it's BLM and Antifa or whether it's environmental wackos gluing themselves to the floor and then screaming and yelling because no one will come and take them off the floor. Morons. Are we there yet? Well, compared to that time we asked the question last year, we are much, much closer. Yes, much closer to being there. The point where people just say, you know what, fuck it, and they just cut loose. Right? We have racists attacking people. Right? And most of these people that are doing the attacking, folks, are leftists, Democrats, socialists, right? These environmental wackos trying to destroy works of art to get their point across. Hey, you made your fucking point. It's just that no one believes you. We don't believe the climate science bullshit, right? So they've made their point, right? But they're willing to go that far. They're willing to glue themselves to the ground. They're willing to chain themselves together in the street. Pretty extreme stuff, don't you think? They're willing to, well, light churches on fire. That's right. They're willing to light churches on fire. They're willing to try and light synagogues on fire. They're willing to threaten Jews, threaten America for supporting Israel, the nation. All of these things, folks, this is where we're at. We are almost there. We're almost there. Do you doubt me? Do you doubt that we're almost there? You shouldn't. We're almost there. People are going to be more willing to resort to violence because they're at the end of their rope. No amount of discussion will make the point. And this goes for both sides, folks. This is not a, okay, Republicans, you're now allowed to go commit acts of violence. No, that's not what I'm doing, and I don't have that authority anyways. But we're now there where people are losing it. Now, the left, this was traditionally their ground where they operated. Well, we believe that this is so important that we can throw things at soldiers and call them baby killers. We're justified in our violence. And now they're like, well, we're going to do whatever we want, and we're going to kill babies because we're for abortion. But now baby killing is good. Right? So the left has always been really, a couple cans short of a six-pack at best. But now, as evidenced by this older attorney, and I don't know if he's a Republican, folks. I do not know. The odds are, actually, that he's a Democrat. a Democrat, but he should know better. He should know better because he's an attorney. He should know better, but he felt that, violence was acceptable at this point, that there was no other alternative. And that's just it. When there's no other alternative, people will resort to violence. Not over petty things like who stole my can of beans, but then again, a can of beans might turn out to be something quite valuable. Are you prepared? Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. Are you ready? When we start seeing more of this type of stuff here. These leftist lunatics, folks, are pushing everyone to that place. I pray you're ready. Not just ready in the sense of you have stuff, but ready to deal with the consequences of the decisions of others. And are you ready to take action that's required in order to stop a bad situation from getting worse? We're going to find out, and I pray you are ready. Okay. Godspeed, Semper Fi.